Hi YouTube, it's Nicole. I've hit 2 years post-op. Began my journey at a whopping 380 pounds on the day of surgery, which was 5/11 of '09. I weighed 351. My BMI was 68.2 when I began my journey. I am now within the normal range for BMI, which is amazing. I have been blessed without too many complications post-operatively. The only thing that I would say was a complication is that there's a possibility to have some adhesions, which, or maybe a hernia or something, which causes some abdominal discomfort, like I can't do sit-ups or anything, or like if I try to bring my chin up to my head when I'm laying down flat in bed, it's very uncomfortable. Then again, it could be my skin. Excess skin on my tummy that causes that, or the other thing it could be is the way I walk because of my knees. Basically, I am one of those people out there that swears by R&Y surgery, gastric bypass, and I am blessed, and I know this, that I did not have complications, because had I had complications, I may not be sitting here praising the surgery. But I'm happy. I'm glad that I did it. If I'd had different outcomes, do I think I still would have had the surgery? Yes. I researched it thoroughly. I knew what I was getting myself into, being a registered nurse, and I felt very strongly that my life was on a steady decline, and it was not going to be a good one. So, I'm glad. And I know there's people out there that have had the surgery that feel differently about that. And for that, I'm sorry they feel that way. And I'm sorry they've had complications. But some of us were headed down death's path or whatever. So for me, it wasn't an option anymore, and I'm too young to have gone that way, only being 47 now. Okay, so recap. I started my own blog. I'm now blogging, so I'm not videotaping as often, because now that I've hit my goal weight and I've been maintaining since about 19 months post-op, I found that it wasn't, you know, get on here and just say, oh, I weigh the same. Oh, I weigh the same. Oh, I weigh the same. I do find that I'm like fluctuating between 142, 145. The lowest I ever got was 140. I felt a little too thin at 140, but skinny felt good. My program has told me 155 to 160 would be more appropriate for me, as I have a lot of excess skin. But I kind of like the way I feel at 142 to 145. I know that the first time the scale went up, I freaked. Called my best friend, and she was like, Nicole, it's going to happen. And so I, you know, calmed down and realized that my body had found its low and then finally stabilized out. And I think our body does know where that's going to be. And I know that if you watch any of my previous videos, I had sat there and said, oh my God, I was so worried, like when I think I weighed like 170, how low am I going to go? And then 165, and I kept losing, and I wasn't even trying anymore. I wasn't conscientiously trying. I had actually increased my calories 100 a day or, you know, added in an additional protein. And no, actually it was additional carb, and I still wasn't, I was still losing. So I believe our body has a place that it wants to sit, and I almost believe that there's a memory. I don't know if that's true or not, but I was, I'm lower than I was in high school at this point. If you remove the skin, I've never been this thin in my adult life, or even my teenage years. But then again, I'm not working out, so I don't have the muscle mass that I had back then either. I am going to do a body shot of me. If you're on my Facebook account, you have seen what I look like. I am healthy except for my knees. I'm still waiting from vocational rehab to have both of my knees replaced. I am you know, doing my arms and staying as strong as I can. Do I actually do an exercise regime? No, I do not. I'm going to be real honest with you. I do not. I cannot. I used to get in the pool for hours and hours and hours and hours, like 3 hours a day, sometimes 4 hours a day, and do water aerobics and that, and my abdominal discomfort was pretty great then. Also, my knees would be worse and swollen, and I was having a lot of discomfort with that. I've tried alternative medicine for my discomfort in my knees, and that helped. That was acupuncture. I took some holistic medications and am taking them for my hot flashes and for discomfort, and, you know, trying to do things a little bit more holistically and more organically than your typical pharmaceutical ways. I only take one pharmaceutical drug, and I'm afraid to come off of that because of what it does do for me, and never want to go back to basically the hospital for that, because I do have bipolar illness. Okay, there is so much I could go into, so much. I'm thinking I might do a video montage for my 2-year, but not sure if I am or not. It would be kind of fun. My life has changed drastically. I have so much to look forward to. I have so many, hopefully, positive plans and things that are going to happen. But this was, to be honest with you, if you had told me that my life would be the way it is today 2 years ago, I would have laughed hysterically and said there is no way on God's green earth that I would be who I am today 2 years previous. Okay, so I'm going to stand up. Those of you that know me know that I stand up and look a little funny when I do, because I can't stand up straight. I used to be 5'4", and I think I'm at least 4'9" right now, or 4'10", because I'm so bent over. But this is what I look like. And, you know, size-wise, I'm pretty. I've got a belt on, pants, jeans, whatever. Things don't fit me the way they would if I didn't have the excess skin. But, you know, you find ways to cover it up and look good and feel good. And that's what I do. I concentrate on my face because I think that that's something that I have a lot of control over, and I never go out without my makeup on, and I'm enjoying my face issues and feeling young and pretty again in that regard. My body having some issues with feeling not as attractive because of the skin, and I obsess about it a little bit too much, but I think that's pretty normal when you're carrying about 30 pounds of excess skin around. But my skin does not define who I am, if that makes sense to any of you out there that are in the same boat as I am. I also know that when I first started having the thoughts of the surgery and then started to lose the weight, if you had told me that skin was important, I used to get mad at listening to people go on and on and on about plastic surgery and stuff. I honestly believe that it is the last part of the healing of the obesity that we go through. Does it fix it? No. But can it make you feel better externally? Yes. Does it help with the healing process? Yes. Do I need to still grasp my head around this whole process of I'm no longer obese? Yes. Until that happens, I'm really not ready for that surgery anyway. So I think I need to kind of sit here, and I need to kind of sit at my weight that I am with my excess skin and see where and how long it takes me to come up with the financial ability to have the procedures done. Because until I'm well in physical, emotional, and spiritual all aspects, cutting off some skin isn't going to fix me. Okay, I think that's a little kind of a downer of a video.